Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Tori, and I am back with a whole new podcast episode. Today we're going to be checking in on our New Year's resolutions we made for 2024, getting back on track for our goals, holding each other accountable, and just chit-chatting about the new season. Yesterday was the first day of spring, and we're excited. It was a little chilly, like it was literally warmer last week than it was this week, but we'll take it. So I'm really excited to talk about that. But before we do, I also would like to talk about one of my favorite people from a inspiration standpoint, and that is Megan Fox. She was on Call Her Daddy today, and I want to talk about it, and it's my podcast, so we're going to, whether you like it or not. But before we jump in, don't forget to follow on whatever platform you are currently listening or watching on. If you are a girly working to become the best version of yourself and you would like to join our podcast, I upload twice a week, so come join the fun. I'm Grace Tori, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on in. So first, let's talk about Megan Fox. I love Megan. I have always felt a connection to Megan because we have a very similar upbringing. She is from probably 3 hours from me. She grew up in a very Christian, conservative town, and then when she got older, she kind of found her own spiritual path, and on top of that, we just have similar family situations. She and I have similar temperaments, so I just have always been connected to Megan in that way. I've always felt a sense of like camaraderie between us because of that. Obviously, this is very one-sided. I've never like talked to her or anything like that. I just truly look up to her because of that. Also, something really spooky, a little side note, her birthday is the day after Josh's, and then MGK's birthday is the day after mine. So that's totally a coincidence, but it's spooky. So I don't know, do with that information what you will. I think it's really cool. But anyway, Megan Fox, she was on Call Her Daddy today, and I am not, like, I don't follow her every move, but I do follow her. I keep up with her on socials when she does decide to post, so I know when she's on things. And as of lately, she hasn't been interviewed super often. Like, she does, but it's not like every single day there's a new interview coming out about Megan. And I just love her outlook on life. I love her views. I just love hearing how she views the world. So whenever she has a new... My dogs are just doing the most right now. Sorry guys, we went for a walk and they want everyone to know. But as I was saying, I like hearing about her views on the world and situations and all of those things. And so whenever she does do a big interview, I'm one of the first people to listen to it. In addition to that, we love Call Her Daddy on this podcast. Alex Cooper is the best. So I look at her like an older sister. Besides the point, again, I'm getting off track. But all that to say, I was really excited she was on Call Her Daddy. I literally stopped what I was doing and immediately put on the podcast episode when they announced it, and it was out. So obviously I listened to the whole thing, and I have some thoughts. One thing I truly admire about Megan is she puts it all out there. Like, she doesn't hold back. Like, she is so honest, but still in a way that is respectful, and she just shares her experience. And I think part of that, she talked about it on the podcast, but I almost feel like she doesn't have anything to lose because the worst has been said about her, the worst has been assumed about her through the media and through the world, and she's just been in the game so long that she's like, you know what, I'm gonna say, like, speak my truth, because who cares? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Everyone already thinks XYZ. And while people have said horrible things about her, and I hate that that's the reasoning that I feel like there is behind that, I do love how authentic and pure and honest and all of those things that she is when it comes to interviews. So this one, I think there's something that everyone can learn from it, whether it's, you know, something relating to your trauma, because she does talk about her trauma some, and I know I definitely related to that, whether it's being popular, being wanted, or self-esteem issues. There is something for everyone in there, and I just wanted to say that. Like, if you haven't listened to that episode, I highly encourage you to. I love her so much. I genuinely just, it was a good interview, and it was a good different like lens to look at Megan through if you aren't someone who keeps up with her and already kind of knows her disposition. Like, if you don't really know her outside of like the Transformers movie, this was a really, really good episode to see her and like see her vibes. Again, I've never met her, so it's not like I sit down and eat dinner with her like I know her on a personal level. But if you don't know anything about her aside from her being Megan Fox and her being like this beautiful woman that has been in some cool movies, like, I highly encourage you to check this out and see what she's really about, because women support women, and she is someone I will ride or die for. When I literally made the podcast, I said she would be my dream celebrity guest. Like, her and Taylor Swift are the two that I would die to have on here. Big dreams, guys, but maybe one day. So that's enough about that. That's really it. We love her. We love Alex. I want to say thank you to them for literally doing that. Like, doing an interview. Like, thank you for putting that out there for people like me who relate to it and learn something from it, and it makes us feel a little bit less alone. So, love that. Thank you. Moving on. Goals of 2024. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Around like the almost middle of January, I literally remember the day. It was January 12th. I kind of fell into a slump, borderline, definitely depression. And I was in the Great Depression, as I call it, until a couple days ago. I still think I have some of the side effects. So even though I had all these grand goals for 2024, life slapped me in the face and I haven't been able to shake whatever I've been going through. So I do have all these amazing goals and I have been working towards them, but I haven't been to the level that I would like to. I haven't really been working out. I've been eating healthy, but I've kind of fallen off a little bit. I haven't been doing a lot of the things I said I was going to do. And so I thought with the new season coming around, we have some fresh new energy, and it was good for us to hold each other accountable, check in, and see where we are at. So a big thing for me was health, specifically working out more because it makes me feel better mentally, but also eating healthier. And while I have been cooking at home way more, this past week I've fallen off, I haven't been working out. And it's definitely been hurting me from a self-esteem standpoint, hurting me from a mental standpoint. So I have been trying to get back on track with that. Poor Evie, the dog behind me, if you were watching, has fallen into a little bit of a situation. She is overweight, and it's just getting worse. And we want to get ahead of that before it gets to a point that it's a problem. Her vet said that she's fine. Her metabolism is just slowing down. So I want to get ahead of that. I am terrified of something happening to her. She is my dog I got when I left for college. I just got her on Craigslist as like an 18-year-old the day before I graduated high school. And she is my child. She has been through it all with me. We've grown up together. And I am ride or die for her. She is my whole world. So a world without Evie is not a world I want to live in or think about. But when she's getting older, she's turning 7 this April, you do have to start thinking about health problems, and they are more likely to get a lot of health problems if they are overweight. So Evie and I are on a health journey together. We went for a walk, me, her, and Luna, like I mentioned. We went and did some adventuring. Did we walk as much as I wanted to? No, I wouldn't say that I got the workout of the century, but they haven't been out in a long time. They mainly have just been in our backyard since I have been going through the Great Depression, so I am getting back into getting them out into the world, and I think the more I get them out, the less triggered by literally everything they're going to be, and the better it's going to be, the longer we're going to be able to walk. Obviously, Evie's also going to be building up stamina. Luna's good. He is like so healthy, so crazy, but he also bounces off the walls. He is 3 years old, and so he is constantly bouncing around doing his thing. So he does not have the issue Evie has, and he could walk forever. But that's something I really want to work on, is taking them for walks, and if I have the time to also go to the gym myself. Another thing I'm working on, other than eating healthy, I did get HelloFresh, because at this point, for Josh and I to get HelloFresh, it's cheaper than groceries. So that's what we've been doing. Not sponsored, but yeah, do the math, and it's been cheaper for us to get dinner from them 5 nights a week than to go buy it from Walmart. Enough about health, though. The next thing I am really working on is career. I will say we have done quite a bit. The dog's TikTok has been doing really well. I talked about that in a podcast episode. I wouldn't say financially we're where we want to be in terms of that, but it takes time. Like, we're not going to be overnight sensations and make $1 million. I am having fun with it, and I think that any sort of monetary reward that comes with us having fun is a blessing. I would like to one day make the podcast and any other sort of social media thing a full-time thing, because it's what I'm passionate about, it's what I enjoy doing every day, and it's literally what makes me happy. And so to do that every day would be a dream come true. But Rome wasn't built in a day, so I would like to, by the end of 2024, at least have some sort of savings account funded by them, and then, you know, build from there. I don't want to set my hopes up too high, but that is where we're at with that. I will say that we've been working really hard. We could work harder. There are some more things I could be doing, and I am aware of that, so I'm trying to implement that. What else do we have going on? The house, we did get a lot done. We got the carpets cleaned yesterday, so that was really cool. We are working on home decor. Our room is changing, like, a lot. I have done some big home decor in there. I'm gonna do like a reveal on the Instagram once the house looks better, because home decor, like interior design, is something I'm very passionate about. So I am very excited to get that done. I do need funds for that, so that's kind of where we're at with that. But as I get paid and buy a little here and there, you know, things are going. Things are vibing along. Oh my gosh, I'm like losing my train of thought. I feel bad because my podcast episodes haven't been as long as I wanted them to be, and I haven't been posting on like the TikTok or the Instagram as much as I wanted it to be. But I also am having like a balancing act, because I want to feel like the stuff I'm doing isn't forced and it's coming from a positive place. But when you're going through some sort of hard time, it's hard to post a lot and be bubbly and do all that, because you just don't feel like it. Like, you almost feel guilty if you do things that aren't authentic to you, and you go off and you do all these things, because it's not authentic to you. Like, I could do a 30-minute episode where I just pretend and I, you know, go off about something that I don't really care about and make this content, but it's not authentic to me, and I'm gonna feel guilty about it. So I either make a short episode and feel guilty about it, or I make a long episode that doesn't feel authentic to me and feel guilty about it. So mental health is obviously something we are really working on in 2024 so that I can show up for you guys better. I have been taking supplements every day, which I was not consistent with before, so that's really cool. We're still working on it, guys. We're still working on it. I want to know what your goals are. I will say, not to change the subject, but I will say a big thing for me was fixing my natural curls, because my hair is really curly and I've never really taken the time to learn about it, and I have done that, so that's been really good. But yeah, I want to know what your goals are, and if you've been meeting them, how you can improve. This was just an accountability check-in, just an episode to talk about, you know, Megan and that, because that was such a big thing for me, and then also talk about the spring reset, because I want to know. I want to know what you guys are up to. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know if you're reaching your goals, because that's what this podcast is all about. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go feed the doggos dinner now that we've had a minute for them to drink water and chill out. And then I'm going to go edit this and cook dinner myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys had a great day. If you're watching this on the night that it comes out, if you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. I will see you guys on Sunday, and that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.